do and I like to do. How you guys feeling today? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for me. I am Crypto Doe. I'm here to share everything I know with you guys, so together we can go further than Wells Fargo. Today we're going to talk about the rising price of Bitcoin. I checked this morning, scoured the internet, and found that Bitcoin was at 86,000. That's looking mighty healthy. And I wonder, well, why is Bitcoin rising? So I'm here to tell you guys why Bitcoin is rising, and this is about Coin Telegraph, right? CJ10 520 said, "What's going on? What's going on, CJ? How you feeling today?" I mean, CG, how you feeling today? How you feeling today? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, help me get through the algorithms. We're talking about Bitcoin and the Fed rate. This one is by Coin Telegraph. Bitcoin price about to blast higher as Fed rate cut odds jumps to 60%. Now, I've been telling you guys on this channel, you can check out my few feeds ago. I said that the Fed have to refinance in when? June. If the Fed have to refinance in June, it could be any day now. We're talking about between April, May. It is now May 1st, right? May, June, July, right? So they have to refinance before June. May is this month. They only have 30 days to refinance, roughly, right? If that's the case, I have them doing a Fed rate cut immediately, right? And Bitcoin is pricing that in now as we speak. So let's get into the article. Bitcoin prices is ready to break out of consolidation as alarming U.S. GDP increases chances of Fed interest rate cut. Bitcoin holds at 95,000 as Fed rate cuts raised to 60% for June 18th and U.S. economy slump. Okay, I've been saying this for a while. It's like I know one thing about what I figured out. If you've been in this market for a while, it's the same playbook. Every couple of years, it's the same playbook. And you have to put yourself in the position to win off the playbook because think about it. This is a money game that we're playing, right? And if this is a money game that we're playing, understand that you can make money when the market's going up. You can make money when the market's going down. For example, if they call them for a recession, right, which they are calling for a recession, and it's going to incentivize the Feds to print more money. M2 supply is coming, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. I'm going to read another article where they said Bitcoin can go all the way up to $350,000. And I won't be surprised and or appalled at it, right? So this is the thing. If so you have a recession. What happens in a recession? The dollar weakens, right? Which means your purchasing power is less, right? So if your purchasing power is less, the prices of goods will skyrocket. That's just economic 101. Okay, cool. That being the case, how do you plan on putting yourself in a position to win? The dollar is going to decrease as far as in value, so you can bet against the dollar decreasing, or you can bet with the dollar decreasing. You can also put options, right? If you're into stocks, right? You can bet against a certain asset class that's falling down. Like, for example, banks and a lot of companies, based on refinancing and or the economic turmoil, it's going to be a chance for you to scoop up companies real, real low. So saying it all to say, if this is the case, put yourself in a position to always win. That's all I'm saying. I always put myself in a position to win and to capitalize off of what's going on because this is America and I am a capitalist. Which means that if the market's going up, I'm going to make money. If the market's going down, I'm going to make money. And learn these patterns so it doesn't matter what the market is doing. You put yourself in a position to make money. This is why I like hedging against the dollar. This is why I own Bitcoin. And the reason why I own it is because if President Trump is in office, the dollar is going to crash by at least 30% over the next 3 to 4 years. That's good because the asset classes, the real estate market, the mortgage, and all of that, right? You're gonna see what happens to the mortgage rate. You could think, well, damn, if this is the mortgage and things and prices and inflation is high, well, why is my mortgage rate going down? These are the side effects of a weakening dollar. Now you're gonna bet against the mortgage companies saying that, you know what, you got stock prices either may skyrocket and go up. Certain asset classes during a certain time goes up, but certain asset classes go down. So let's get back into Bitcoin, right? Let's get back into Bitcoin because this is the main thing. And Bitcoin is a hedge against the dollar. Bitcoin to me is like if you don't have anything successful, if you don't have a successful business, hell, if you don't have a 401k or maybe something that's compounding, because the eight wonders of the world is compound interest. If you don't have compound interest, you don't. You're going to be running in this rat race for the rest of your life, right? I'm no rat, so I'm not running in that race. I understand the game, and it took me a while and it took me time to get the game, but that's all I'm saying, right? You can do things like invest and understand what's going on with the market to capitalize on the market. You can literally pay yourself. Anyway, let's get back to the article. Breaking 95,000 could push BTC, right, price towards 100,000, while dropping below 93,000 may bring 84,000 back into the picture. I've been saying that as well. Bitcoin is currently $96,232. Is once again attempting to break above 95 on May 1st as a market price, and I'm reading directly from Cointelegraph, right? At the market price that the U.S. Federal Reserve might cut rates sooner than expected. So if you guys look at what's going on, you will understand the fact that the market is up right now, right? Because the Feds are anticipating a rate cut. The interest rate cut at that. Fed rate cut will drive BTC price high. Yes, it will. This is why I invest in deflationary assets. Deflationary assets are like Bitcoin, gold, silver. It's a reason why they're deflationary, not inflationary. It's a big opposite. Okay, data from the Cointelegraph Market Pro and Trading View showed Bitcoin edging higher hours after dipping below 93,000. It just dipped below 93,000 yesterday, and then it did a total U-turn, following U.S. GDP data that reflected a shrinking economy, which means that the economy is basically in bad hands. The unemployment rate is going to go up. Think about it like this, right? Do you guys know in China they already stimulated the economy and or they printing money galore. They printing money they tremendously. The United States is one of the only places that they didn't print money yet. So that's why Trump was like, Jerome Powell, what are you doing? You have other nations already doing your job, and you telling me you're going to wait because you think America is in a good position? Oh, no, 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 no. No, we're not. So let's continue. A contracting economy will likely prompt the Fed to lower rates to stimulate activity sooner rather than later. And the next thing that's going to happen is a bailout. I'm trying to tell y'all the game plan. Put yourself in a position to win. This reduces yields on traditional assets like bonds, pushing investors towards Bitcoin and risk on assets. That's why I believe in this cycle, after this summer, or during the summertime, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. All the risk on assets, your altcoins, are going to skyrocket. That's just what I believe. That's why I've been buying. Regardless of how you feel, buying. Smash that like button if you've been buying. Your favorite assets, your favorite altcoins. You've been having money on the side. You've been trying to get as much cash pile as possible to dump into something that's deflationary. Because this is an asset class that's going to skyrocket. I'm telling you guys, you heard it from Crypto Dough. Make sure and mark my words. You can check my other videos out where I talk about it's only the Feds can only do two or three things. They need to cut interest rates, We're headed towards a recession, which could be beneficial to people that understand how money goes, right? And they're going to do a bailout. And they got to turn the printing machine money on, which means they got to stop printing. Trump been in office 100 days. They didn't stop printing any money yet. Just saying. And trillions of dollars would enter the Bitcoin market. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Trillions. The odds of the Fed interest rate cuts at the June 18th Federal Open Market Committee meeting have increased over the last week from 57% on April 30th to 60% on May 1st. And I got it, but by May 18th, it's going to be 75%. Hell, they may do it before that. They may do it before that. You know? They may do it before that. Seth said, mod me, bro. I got you. Yeah, I need to get some moderators because sometimes when I'm talking, people are so distracted. But what I figured out is this. This is what I'm going to start doing, Seth. You know, normally I give a shout out to people that's just coming in and, you know, bless everyone and make sure everyone's heard in XYZ, right? Now what I'm going to do is do what I have to do, read my article, talk about what I need to talk about the subject matter, and then after I'm finished, I can go to the comments and interact with the comments because I realize if I keep going back and forth with the people in the chat, people in the comment, and it could be positive things, right? But it keeps me away from actually getting the message out. So I've learned how to do that. And Seth, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Seth, I just made you a moderator. So any negative messages, knock them out. It's only positivity over here. You can have your opinion, but the only thing I ask for you to do is be respectful in the chat, right? I'm a man. I respect people. I respect my elders. I just respect people. So make sure that you're very respectful in this chat. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Make sure they're very disrespectful. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's it. You know? Got to go along to get along sometimes. So let's just get along. We're in this world together, right? Seth, I just made you a moderator so you can delete any negative messages. Any negative messages you can delete. Any negative messages. And for anybody who's positively in here, what's going on? This is Crypto Doe once again, just giving you guys an update. Right? Just giving you guys an update on what's going on and why Bitcoin is currently, it's on the rise right now. The market is pricing things in. The market is pricing things in. You got SUI, that's up 6%. You got AVAX, that's up 0.34%. You have ETH is up 2.8%. ETH is headed back up. ADA is up 2%. XRP is above 213 right now. I believe $2.20. Right? XRP right now is $2.23. Right? And Seth, I got to make sure for my moderators, I thank you for being a moderator, and I got to make sure that I send you a gift or send you something. Even if I'm sending you merch or anything along that nature, let me know. Probably email me. I got to put my email on here. Email me, and then I'll make sure that I link up with you and reward you for your service. I appreciate it. So either I give you some form of crypto, either I send you some merch. I send you some merch because I just dropped a lot of merch on my Printify. So let me know what size you wear, and then I'll send you something. All right? Because I am all for the people and I'm all for the support, and we're in this together, right? Okay, so we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about the Fed rates, right? But I also want to talk about why I think that Bitcoin can go to 350,000 this year, and at least I've seen an article that that presumed that to be, and I wanted to read it to you guys, and it's still by Cointelegraph. Bitcoin Telegraph. I've seen this article. Where is it? Let me just type 350. How you guys feeling today? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Seth say, what are your thoughts on pie? I'm not really big with the pie situation. I got to do my research with pie. I don't own any pie. Seth. So, matter of fact, I'll make sure I do my research and then I'll do a video on pie. Because you were the third person that said something about. You're the third person that said something about pie. You're the third person that said something about pie. Okay, let me look for this article on the Point Telegraph. Okay, and this was about 16 hours ago, right? This article is titled Bitcoin Aging Chart Project, Six-Fold BTC Price Rally Above 350,000. Now, this is not financial advice, right? But I'm just reading it. Bitcoin's price increased by six-fold each time. Let's fix that. Yeah, but okay, so we could start the live. We can actually start the live. Okay, let me finish reading this article. Before I go, right? So new data highlights a historic pattern that results. Hey, Seth, and make sure that you text me your size. Send me your size or whatever in shirts and your sweater size, and then I'll make sure that I send you something. One thing I ask when I send you the product, and email me. You can email me at cryptodo3@gmail.com. cryptodo3@gmail.com. Email me and email me a PO box to send you some merch. And then thanks for being the moderator. I appreciate you. Let me know if you're in the XRP. I have XRP merch, Bitcoin merch. I just made some tote bags, for groceries or anything along that nature. The crypto whale tote bag. So if you're in here right now, also to support the channel, go to my my store. It's in the description, and also you can also go to get my crypto guide as well. You can also get my crypto guide as well. So new data highlights a historic pattern that results in Bitcoin BTC price increasing by six-fold using a chart to illustrate the trend from 2011. The modern projects between price to hit 351,000 in 2025. According to the 21st Capital co-founder Sheena, the study plots Bitcoin's price on log graph, showing a linear relationship that reflects predictable long-term growth driven by network dynamics, a behavior characteristic associated with BTC limited supply. So that's another thing. Bitcoin, to me, it can go all the way up to 250,000 and beyond. Just saying, not financial advice. But on that note, I don't want to make this video too long. Just want to give you a morning update. I normally do a 10-minute video. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone for tuning on in. And make sure you guys have a great Thursday morning. Make sure you guys have a great Thursday morning. Peace, blessings, and love. Put on your seatbelts. This is Crypto Doe. It is time to take off. In 5,